The Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum has accused security agencies of aiding and abetting the unhindered movement of teenagers hidden in containers and trailers from the northern part of the country into the southern region, despite security checkpoints. According to this group, this was a contravention of the ban on interstate movement as directed by President Muhammadu Buhari to curb the pandemic COVID-19. The group stated this in a statement on Monday signed by Chief E.K. Clark for Pandef, Chief Ayo Adebanjo Afenifere, Chief John Naya Nwodo Ohaneze, and Dr. Bitrus Pogu, the Middle Belt Forum. The group said it was worrisome that the National Security Forces, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, and the presidency had kept a conspiratorial quiet since the mass movement down south started. It said, "What type of country do we live in that the order of a president and laws in the country would be selectively obeyed or ignored totally by some citizens without consequences while others are under koboko to obey?" This ominous development is coming after Boko Haram threatened openly 3 weeks ago that they were going to take their battle against Nigeria to the southeast and south-south. Very worrisome in this development in the quietness of the national security organizations, the National COVID-19 Committee, and the presidency since this story broke out. This development has brought about very strong suspicions amongst people regarding the aim of the deployment of these young men, their capacity to escape all border security checks until they reach many states in the South and Middle Belt and nearly the whole country points to a strong collaboration. The SMBLF, this group, while asking all Nigerians at the receiving end to be vigilant, further said, "God forbid that the Boko threat is being surreptitiously executed. We will certainly not fold our arms and allow massive influx of youth who have no reason to flout extant laws on interstate movement, no pressing national engagement in our areas, no verifiable occupation, no test for COVID-19, and no prearranged accommodation to come and forcibly occupy our forests and perhaps prosecute the threats of Boko." The silence of the federal government in this situation is ominous. The maneuvers appear deliberately planned and provocative. We resist any threat to our invasion and the security of our lands and property with every amount of self-help available to us. To avoid further descent to an uncontrollable situation, we call on the federal government to publicly declare the invasion illegal, direct our national security organizations to flush them out now and ensure that they do not return. We need to be reassured there is a government here. Not too long ago, General Danjuma, retired, warned us to be ready for self-help. We hope that his predictions have not become inevitable and that our country can be saved a slide into lawlessness and its disastrous consequences. A stitch in time saves nine. We call on our people to be vigilant. Honestly, what it is what it is because it's obvious. Because when it comes to things that are really biting the masses, the federal government does not say anything, especially if it's happening in the area of in the southern part of the country. You could remember when this issue of Amajiris, when they were removing them, deporting them from within the northern states, immediately Boss Mustafa, the SGF to the federation, or to the federation, yes, came up and began to say, "Oh, they have to do something, that those who are doing it, they don't have the right to do that, that the government or the country should be able to do something, because if nothing is being done, it's going to affect the whole country." And everybody started saying, "No, no, 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 it's going to affect your area. Forget, don't bring Nigerian to it. Just limit it to northern part of the country, because you guys created all of those things. Then you have to face it, because you people say it is the pride of you guys, so you have to face it. Now there is law in place." And those who are always saying, "Oh, why would those the southern governors, why would they be rejecting these people? Why would they be deporting or sending them back?" The question is that, why is it that these people in the first place, because that is what is the grave of the moment now, is that when a law is being put in place, when people flout it and they are being punished for it, the next in Nigerians, the same Nigerians will come out and say, oh, why would you do this? This thing is too much, this and this. But they, in the first place, you have to take things one step at a time. The first thing is that why would somebody violate the law in the first place? The same thing has been happening in Rivers State. Everybody is calling Wike, oh, a madman. But nobody is blaming the person that flattered that order in the first place. And this thing has been told. They have been told about this thing, that don't do this. Nobody will talk about the person that has really committed the offense. But when discipline is being meted on such people now say, oh, it's too much, and we want the best for ourselves. So those who are of the opinion that why would they be sending them back instead of them to isolate them? Isolate what? The person, at least we know a lot of people in Lagos that contravene or they flattered the order. Immediately they judge their case. Why is it that, just like they said, they pick and choose who and who to punish and who and who not to punish? Even the boss Mustafa that was talking about Amajiri or no Amajiri, even himself, he flattered the order. What did we hear? What did we hear at the end of the day? We are sorry. It will not happen again. So it will not happen, so that if lesser people, according to them, ordinary Nigerian, if they do the same thing, then they will want to pounce on them. So the question is that, in the first place, why are they leaving their places when there is a law in place? And again, the quietness of the federal government is alarming. They won't say anything, but when it comes to the issue of maybe this thing where there's revenge, when it comes to Fulani men, you will not hear presidency talking. They will issue statements here and there. We don't need a soothsayer. Nobody needs a soothsayer to tell what is happening, what they stand for, what they really stand for. So one thing is that if the southern governors, if they don't stand on their feet, I learned that the governor of Osun State is bothered, is confused that these people that is found after they had already blocked the entrance, he didn't know how they came into the state again. Now, so we're going to, is that how we're going to be saying, oh, we didn't know how it's going to be? Because the governors should be held accountable, even the securities people, because some people will like, oh, somebody is coming from the north and they got to a particular place before they are being sent back. What of all those other states that they passed through? That means there's compromise somewhere. And that is exactly what Wike did. And everybody saying, no, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. He's still this and that. He's not, he's inhuman. He's not. Because he said it, that the security people they are compromising. And he did what he had to do. And maybe that was why he went back again to bring that executive order. And when he even talked about the executive order, they thought maybe he was joking. Hey, yes, Wike was joking, not until they saw what he could, what he's capable of doing. The same thing, he went to the bank again. People were like, oh, this guy is just embarrassing people. No, now we need to do the needful. Now Lagos is complaining. Lagos State is complaining that they are even threatening the people that there's going to be lockdown again, because people are just doing what they want. And some people are saying, oh, the best thing is to use Wike's approach. But the same people will still be complaining. Now, Professor Issa Isage was blaming what is it called? Wike, that Wike is behaving as if he's the president. He went again ahead to blame Sanwo-Olu, that Sanwo-Olu is not doing the right thing because he's just leaving everybody to do whatever they want to do. So Nigeria, which way? So, but the main thing now that these people are concerned about is the way the security people are allowing illegal, that aiding northern youth, their illegal movement to southern Nigeria. That is their concern. So, and it calls for worries, and it's really, really unfair. The federal government must do something. We say federal government must do something. By the time people start saying, oh, please, oh, the whole world, come and hear what is happening in Nigeria, they now started saying, oh, what is it? That's how they're going to be calling international communities. But now they are calling you now. They are not calling international communities. They are calling you now to come and to tell us what you know or what you think about this thing. You are not saying anything. But by the time people start calling international communities now, you start saying, oh, Nigeria is a sovereign country. That is when you'll be hearing all those kind of statements. All those kind of statements will be coming from them. Oh, Nigeria is a sovereign state. And someone say, what do you expect from the security personnel when all the security outfits are being headed by the Fulanis? Someone say, simple, use your vigilante men and pay them well. then be sure they will protect their own state, which include their own families. What do you expect when all the forces in Nigeria are headed by a northern, and yet we are shouting one Nigeria? Will the security operatives take command from you? Better think of plan B. You people of southern parts of this country should not wait for the federal government, because they will not do anything. Exactly, they won't do anything for you people. So southern, southeast, south, and middle belt should unite and fight this fight with all the powers you get. The chairman of Muri, Professor Akintola, is mobilizing the Amajuris to infest the south with COVID-19, as well as a sinister move to depopulate the south through disease and killing. Amajuri is not our culture, hence they occupy all the security outfits to make easy their intention to get into the ocean. Remember the words of Awolowo in 1953 and what happened in Jos in 1945. They are still playing a script while we stand up and look. Alert everybody. Someone say stop making noise. Do something now before it is too late. They should stop them not to enter south. This is a plan. By the time the plan is executed, now it will be too late. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.